Good evening, everyone. Today we'll start chapter 8 of history, that is National Awakening and Establishment of Political Organizations in India. In this chapter, we'll study about the reasons of national awakening in India, organizations established before Indian National Congress, establishment of Indian National Congress and development of nationalism in India, that is liberated parties and aggressive parties. Both were different. So I'll start off with the reasons of national awakening in India. The struggle of 1857 was crushed by Britishers, but the memories of that struggle remained in the minds of Indians. As I have already told you in the last chapter, that is First Freedom Struggle 1857, Indians tried a lot to get freedom, but they were so weak and Britishers were very strong, so that they easily crushed Indian revolt. Indians realized that Britishers will continue to exploit Indians for their own interest, and unless Indians will work in a united manner with nationalism in their hearts and the will to have freedom, they cannot get their country free. So this was the main background of this chapter, that how Indians realize that they need a platform, they need a very big willpower so that they can fight against the Britishers. Main reasons of national awakening were: first, political reasons. As people were already very aggressive and discontented because of Britishers, there were many political reasons. After 1857, the company rule was finished and British government took India. The British government took control in 1858. They passed an ordinance in which there were many administrative changes in India. India was being ruled by the Britishers. Queen Victoria assured that Indians will be treated well, they will not be exploited, and new policies will be applied in India. But these were just for namesake. Nothing was followed in India. Uniform rules, acts were passed by Britishers for their own interest. They never thought for Indians even for a second. Indians were encouraged for national unity just because of this political reason. Next reason was religious and social resurgence. Religious and social resurgence means there were many religious and social reform movements in India, which played an important role in development of nationalistic feelings. Many reformers were there in India. These movements developed a feeling of respect for Indian culture, Indian religions, Indian customs in the heart of India. Many leaders such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Vivekanand, Dayanand Saraswati, and many other reformers took active part in the freedom struggle. Among Muslims also, in Aligarh, Deoband movement, among Sikhs, Sikh Sabha, Theosophical Society movement, these movements were there to change the society and to change their thinking and to bring unity. Next reason was impact of Western culture, education and thinkers. As Lord Macaulay introduced Western education in India through English, this intention in spreading Western education was to develop Indians and a class of Indians who can help them in administration, who will work for British government. It was just a selfish interest of Britishers. English education inspired Indians to free themselves from the bondations of Britishers and from the clutches of foreign rule. Because of this philosophy, because of English education and Western culture, feelings of equality, nationalism, justice, democracy were there in India. Next reason was impact of contemporary European movements. Simultaneously, there were many movements going on in other countries like Italy, Germany, Romania. They were also fighting for their own freedom, and Indians were so inspired by these countries and they wanted to free their motherland just as other countries were fighting for their nation. Next reason was development of means of communication. I have already told you in 1857 we were failed because there was no communication. But now, after the British rule in India, we developed means of communication. Britishers were trying to develop railways, telegraph services, postal services for their own benefit. But it also benefited Indians because Indians were easily able to change and exchange their ideas, thoughts, and it helped Indians to unite and communicate their plans with each other. Next is impact of ancient Indian culture. There were many ancient books, there were many ancient religious books which were in Sanskrit. Because of Western scholars in Western languages, we were able to translate those Sanskrit books into English. And many scholars wrote books on Indian culture, which inspired many Indian mindsets for their freedom and developed self-esteem, self-confidence among them so that they can fight for their freedom. Next reason was Indian newspapers and literature. There were many Indian newspapers in India at that time. Writings of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Deen Bandhu Mitra, and many played a important role. Anand Math and Vande Mataram, written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, inspired Indian youth. Neel Darpan play, written by Deen Bandhu Mitra, expressed sufferings of labourers. Many Indian newspapers were printed like Kesari, Maratha, Hindu, Patriot, Arya Darshan, and many more were printed so that people can know each other's ideas, thoughts, and the news which were not earlier in the Indian scenario. Next is British policy of economic exploitation. It means Britishers were trying to exploit Indians. Indian cottage industries suffered a blow. These industries were closed. England goods were made tax-free in India, while Indian goods were exported on heavy taxes. This made money flow out of India and our economy was destabilized. It was not balanced because our economy's wealth was flowing out. Next is the policy of racial discrimination. Britishers always felt themselves as superior race and mistreated Indians. Educated Indians were also not given government jobs. Their talent was a waste. Indians who were there in competitive exams, they cleared their exams, then too they were not given jobs, like Sundarnath Banerjee and Arvind Ghosh. There is an example of racial discrimination in India. Ilbert Bill. Lord Ripon at that time in India made a bill to abolish racial discrimination in India. The law member prepared this bill was Ilbert. That's why the name of the bill is known as Ilbert Bill. According to this bill, Indian magistrates and judges can hear the cases against Europeans and we can say Britishers living in India. But those people, those Europeans staying in India, collectively opposed and protested against this bill and called it black ruling. They were not at all accept that Indians will hear the cases against the white. At last, government had to withdraw this bill, and which affected Indians. Why? Because Indians were feeling that because of the race they were not given chance to hear the cases against the Britishers. The reactionary policy of Lord Lytton was very connected with the racial discrimination. From 1876 to 1880, these 4 years, he levied license on Indians to keep weapons, suppressed vernacular language. He was against the use of mother tongue and Indian languages in education. And these were the many reasons why Indians were very furious and they were ready to fight against the Britishers. These reasons inspired Indians to awaken themselves against the Britishers and fight for their freedom.